Picture this. You wake up, hit snooze, and rush through your morning already feeling behind. Or maybe you start with a calm routine that sets you up for success. One small choice, one tiny habit, yet it ripples through your entire day, your mood, your mental health. But here's the kicker. Are you really choosing freely? Or is your mind just a puppet of invisible strings? Your upbringing, society, even your biology? Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the myth of free will and how it shapes your mental well-being. Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop, making the same choices, falling into the same habits even when you know they're dragging you down? We're told we have free will, that we're the masters of our destiny. But what if that's a lie? What if your choices are shaped by forces you don't even see? In this video, we're tearing apart the idea of free will, exploring how your habits and choices, conscious or not, mold your mental health. Drawing from philosophy, psychology, and a bit of my own skepticism about society's nonsense, we'll uncover why your morning coffee obsession or that endless scroll on social media might be running the show. Stick around, because by the end, you'll have practical tools to take back control, one small, intentional step at a time. Ready to question everything? Let's go. Let's start with a harsh truth. Free will? It's not what you think. I believe that we're not as free as we'd like to believe. Your body, your environment, your past, they're all pulling the strings. Hungry? You're thinking about food, not that big project. Tired? Good luck focusing. In pain? Forget about making free choices. Your biology sets the stage and it doesn't negotiate. The real puppeteer? Your mind, not your true mind, your instinct, your core, but the artificial mind. This mental conditioning is a parasite. It's the voice that tells you what you should do, what's normal, what's successful. Freud called parts of this the superego, your parents, society whispering in your ear. But it's deeper. It's the entire damn script you've been handed. You believe you control your life, right? That's what they call an internal locus of control. Sounds empowering. But what if that internal compass is just a recording, playing back society's tunes? You think your efforts matter? Your decisions shape your destiny? Maybe. But whose decisions are they really? If your beliefs, your values, your very understanding of success and failure are spoon-fed, how internal is that control? It's a trick, a comfortable cage painted to look like freedom. It's a mental cage. From the moment you were born, society, your parents, your culture stuffed your head with ideas about what's right, wrong, normal, or shameful. Think about it. Why do you feel guilty for taking a nap but not for working late? Why do some of us cringe at the thought of being different while others chase it? That's not freedom, that's programming. As I'd put it, we're carrying a description of the world we didn't write, and it's dictating our every move. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre would argue we're condemned to be free, responsible for every choice we make. But Sigmund Freud? He'd laugh and say our unconscious mind, those hidden fears, desires, and childhood memories, calls the shots. Who's right? Maybe both. The point is, your so-called free choices are shaped by forces you barely notice. And those choices, they're sculpting your mental health, for better or worse. Imagine Sarah, a 30-year-old who scrolls Instagram for hours, comparing herself to influencers. She chooses to keep scrolling, but is it really her choice? Or is it the dopamine hit, the societal pressure to look perfect, the fear of missing out? That habit's not just killing time, it's eating her self-esteem. So, are you choosing your life or is your life choosing you? And habits? Oh, habits are the bedrock of this artificial mind. They say positive habits build mental well-being. Exercise, healthy eating, mindfulness. All good, in theory. But Who is choosing these habits? And why? Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, nailed it. We are what we repeatedly do. Good habits like exercising, eating well, or meditating can be your mental fortress. They reduce stress, boost your mood, and make you feel like you've got your life together. But bad habits? They're like termites gnawing away at your well-being. Procrastination, negative self-talk, or that late-night TikTok binge, they pile up, leaving you anxious, drained, or stuck. Here's the deal. Habits aren't just actions. They're automatic. These patterns become unconscious. That's their power. You don't think about brushing your teeth, you just do it. That's why they're so powerful. A study from the American Psychological Association shows that habits like regular exercise can cut depression symptoms by up to 40%. But the flip side? Habits like excessive social media use can spike anxiety and feelings of inadequacy. Your habits reflect your locus of control, how much you believe you steer your own ship. People with an internal locus of control, those who think their actions matter, tend to build healthier habits. Why? Because they believe they can change. Meanwhile, those with an external locus who blame luck or fate often feel helpless, trapped in cycles of bad habits. What's one habit you're proud of, and one you know is holding you back? If habits are the autopilot, choices are the steering wheel. Every day you're at a crossroads. Do you eat that salad or grab fast food? Do you call a friend or isolate yourself? These choices aren't just about the moment. They shape your mental landscape. Psychologist Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps, said we always have the freedom to choose our attitude, no matter the circumstance. That's powerful. Choosing to prioritize sleep, to set boundaries with toxic people, or to seek therapy when you're struggling, these are acts of rebellion against a world that wants you to conform. But here's where it gets messy. Society's expectations screw with your choices. Unrealistic beauty standards, the hustle culture, the pressure to have it all by 30, they push you toward decisions that don't serve you. Social media is the worst offender, making you feel like everyone else is living a perfect life. How many people are stressed, anxious, depressed, trying to fit into boxes that are crushing their souls? The pressure to look a certain way, achieve a certain status, have the right relationships. It's a constant barrage. And don't get me started on judgment, especially around sexuality. Look at Sappho, a brilliant poet, a woman of culture in ancient Greece, teaching women, loving women. It wasn't a scandal then, it was part of life. Now, the artificial mind, conditioned by centuries of narrow-mindedness, recoils. Unnatural, it screams. Or how about gay people? Oh, I don't mind them, as long as they don't bother me. As if their existence is an affront. Or if your own son or daughter comes out. Suddenly it's, are you sure? Maybe it's a phase. The conditioning runs deep. When was the last time you made a choice that felt truly yours, not society's? So, what's the way out? It's not more self-help platitudes. It's not about finding the right habit to paper over the cracks. It's about deconditioning. It's about taking a sledgehammer to that artificial mind. This starts with radical self-awareness. Not the fluffy kind. I mean looking at your ugliest thoughts, your deepest fears, your most ingrained prejudices. Understanding how you were programmed. Where did that belief come from? Whose voice is that in your head? This is painful work. It's looking in the mirror and not liking what you see, but looking anyway. Tools like mindfulness, metacognition, thinking about your thinking. Yes, they can be useful, but not as a spa day for your brain. Use them as scalpels to observe the artificial mind in action, to catch its lies, its automatic reactions, to see thoughts as just thoughts, not undeniable truths. especially the ones that tell you you're not good enough or that you must conform. Aristotle said virtue is a good habit. William James said we build our lives grain by grain with willful choice. Fine. But true virtue, true choice, can only arise from a mind that has, to some extent, freed itself. Otherwise, you're just a well-behaved prisoner polishing your own chains. You can't escape the prison entirely, not at first. But you can start to see the walls. You can begin to understand the conditioning, the cognitive biases, the emotional triggers that make you react instead of respond. And in that seeing, in that understanding, you can widen your prison. Create a little more space. This isn't about achieving some nirvana of absolute free will. It's about reclaiming slivers of authenticity. Viktor Frankl, in The Horror of a Concentration Camp, realized the last human freedom is to choose one's attitude. That's a rebellion against external and internal chains. So, the impact of habits and choices on your mental well-being? It's colossal, but only when you understand that most of what you call habits and choices are echoes of a program you never consented to. Real mental freedom isn't about finding a better cage. It's about the messy, ongoing, often brutal work of dismantling the artificial mind. It's about choosing, truly choosing, perhaps for the first time, what thoughts you'll feed and what chains you'll break, one by one. This isn't easy, but you're not alone in this struggle. What's one piece of conditioning, one societal expectation you've started to question in your own life? Share it in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you want, leave a like to this video, subscribe for more inner work, and share this with anyone who's tired of living by someone else's script. The real journey starts when you question everything.